Hi everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2, Episode 15 with me, Sid, and last episode we completed this, well, not so completed, we did this. So we have he's not complete by a long shot, but we have the keep. We've got our little bedroom area up here. We started to build the forge area out over here with its chimney and its fire pit and the weirdly rotating things. I have turned the graphics down to high and my fan is still things. I think this is just a net effect of moving to Net 7. I think .NET 7, and you know, my machine's not slouchy, but it is getting on a little bit now. So continued on working around. We've got all of our storage still to sort, and this is now, all been well, spawn proof, which should mean that all of our foods and things are doing pretty good. My next concern, apart from getting leather and all of the other thing, I mean, there's a whole load of technology tree stuff that needs to happen, but my next immediate concern, no, that's the wrong way, is, to be brutally honest, temporal storms and weathering them. I do want to continue out and build out our stuff over here. I think the tower's probably going to go out here and then head this way, and that's kind of something we can work on as we go. Yeah, I mean, the main difference, but I'm not seeing the God rays, but I'm not seeing any significant improvement in processing noise either. So my original thought was possibly to use this, because it's already a hole in the ground, for a storm shelter, but it's too big. I'm going to have to backwards fill it anyway, and I need to figure out where I want to put the shelter. And the answer, simply put, is I really don't know. I'm just completely at a loss for where best to place this. So let's, because we have got some kind of caves down here, which I'm not going to be going deep or anything for this. This is just going to be it's going to be actually fairly simple, I hope. That might be the ideal spot if we were to come over out here a little bit and just run it on the outside of the castle walls. Maybe. Let me grab some materials, because I think I need to start planning out the scope and extent of the castle so I can work out where I want this to go. Dirt isn't the ideal thing. It's a big old question of what I use to then plot this out, isn't it? Because if I draw in dirt, then I will get, I could use straw, but I've only got 10 of those. What have I got? Oh, I've got a little bit more. I could use this then, that might work. Let me start plotting, and so from here we're going to want to do a tower which does this. I can hear you, Wolfie. I know you're out there. I'm not going into that little thicket looking for you, though. That sounded closer than... okay, carry on. And then we'll continue this way until we get, I don't know, to what about there? I mean, that's going to give us a reasonable sized courtyard with some spaces. And I'm already virtually out of this stuff, aren't I? Let's just borrow some of this back, shall we? So that kind of goes that way, that goes that way. It will continue over here, and we'll have, let me just pop that there to mark a line to about there. Nope, out by one. Not a problem. Let me just grab those up. So that would be the extent of the keep walls. The door will probably, I mean, did I pick all of those up? Do I want to line it up on the door? No, because that would... Castles, I mean, again, I'm not going to... This is not a castle. It's not going to be historically accurate. It's just a thing. So if we were to... Let me just have a look at door. And there is the 3 tall aged door. Can't do that with that back. There's a 3 tall birch door. It needs some nails and strips, but that's fine. There's only a 3 tall, isn't it? It's not a 3 wide. I think that would be fair. I don't know why caps lock is on either. So if I were to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and then there and make that the entrance, that gives us all along that side, all along that side, all along that side. And this becomes our entrance area. Right, let's just... Now the question is, do I want to raise this up? And I suppose the answer would be a big old-fashioned yes, wouldn't it, really? Of course it does, because that means I'm going to need even more materials to deal with that. But if I grab some of this stone path, that will at least allow me to mark a little bit of some planning out here. So if we just pop that there, I don't know whether I can get away with a door on this. This is the only big question, but let's just do that. I can always dig this up again, it's not a problem. It's just an indicator of where the entrance is going to be, so I know where I want to put my what's that? Ooh, growing parsnips. I guess they're probably not going to grow before we get there, but what's that? That's just a hole in the ground. Okay, I think I'm starting to get a feel for what I'm trying to do. So I suppose the next thing is to get myself a shovel or 5. I'll just put that away for now and do a little bit of digging. Shovel head. I am aware that if I hold control, I don't move. I can do this. It's just, it doesn't bother me doing it this way. So it's not a concern when I'm thinking. There was a comment, I can't remember who made it, about the bee, and thanks, you know, definitely keep the comments coming, but I am aware of that one. It's just not something that bothers me greatly. So 1 and a 2 and a 3, that should see me for starters. So where do I want to put my storm shelter stroke trap? I mean, I suppose, because it's kind of going to be out here anyway. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually that would make sense from a point of view of going access. Yes, it would. Okay, well, that's good. 2, let's have a look. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not happy with it being right up against the wall though. That's got to be said, so I might pull it out one. Just so it's one further away from the wall. And it's going to be 3 deep this way. So we'll build up the terrain around the outside, do a little bit of landscaping and everything. Is that a different set of growing? No, that is the same set of growing parsnips. I'm just seeing it from a different angle, aren't I? Okay, I'll give them the chance to grow. I don't think they're going to, but you know, we'll take our chances. So then we just need to backfill down here because I didn't want it that close to the walls. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then we're going to go down a couple of blocks. Let me dig this out. I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, we've got a trench. Now the next thing we need to do is put some water in it to get some water flows. And that is going to go there, no. There. And wrong one. I always do this. There. So that's going to come over here, and then we're going to, oops, hello, let me just drop that down. We're going to drop down another, and then we're going to come into here, Lake Sioux. We are going to change the water flows here a wee bit, but for now, this will do the trick. And we are going to have a block there and a block there for now, because I haven't got chisels. I could make a chisel, it's just that I don't have a chisel. And one of them there, and that's going to be there like so. Right, what I do need to do is get out of here. Now that's just going to muck up that water flow for a moment, but that's fine. That's the water flow we want, because it will flow down to this point here. And then what I need is, I need to find my up. So let me just, and again, this is rough and ready. There is no right to this. This is just a shape that hopefully will allow me to weather a temporal storm down here, and we're in there and we're stabby 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 stabby, and that is essentially it. I think I may want to, let me just, I'm going to stare out and then I'll fix this because yeah, it needs to be back here, doesn't it? I don't want, yeah, that's right. So we're going to have a hole here. Please don't be a cave or anything under there. You know that moment where you're just digging and you're just praying that it doesn't turn into a death trap. That was that moment. And then that will go up. Really? like that. And we're going to need one more ladder because this is going to be ground level. Yeah, I've got everything I need to make those, have I? Boop. So that will come out there. That will go on there like so. And then that will fill in back here. And needless to say, where the wall is will fill in as well. So we've got all of this going on. And we'll build that up. And that is essentially it. So I think, from the point of view of temporal storms, I have what I hope is a functional storm shelter. I mean, there's no knowing until we try it, but I suppose the other thing we need to do now is realistically continue on with getting walls and crops done and surviving. And obviously there's also an element of let's get this thing. So, you know, we'll get these in. Get those in. Those are not ready, but I'll get what I can in and life will be good and happy. Okay, let me just get this harvested. I'll be back in a minute. Well, that was handy. Storm approaches in 8 hours, which is potentially going to be the middle of the night. I'm actually making some bread, so that's also handy. But I swear blind, that was pure chance. I had no idea that storm was approaching, but I have, you know, a good feel for how this game plays, and we need to make the most of our time now, and I probably also need to think about how I am going to light that storm shelter, and then just pray it works, of course, because it's an untested design. New keyboard. They are a pain in the bum. But we'll get that going. I'll probably just stick a torch on the wall. If I can get some bread cooked, though, that will definitely be handy. So I may not go. Hello. 5-second rule. So what do I want to put on the wall for my light source? That's the question. Yes, I suppose I'll just stick my torch on. It's not like I can't make another one, and I've got spares, so yeah, well, I will see you in 7 hours and 30 minutes of game time, or as in your case, in a few seconds. Alright, the storm is imminent. I've been waiting, just sat here in the dark, and it's actually not too bad now. The sun must be coming up. But yeah, any second, well, not any second, in like a number of seconds, the storm will start. And as usual, I will not force you to sit through the entire storm, because I know the motion of the temporal storms can be a little bit unpleasant. But we should be okay. I've just got to remember to stab and not throw. Otherwise, I'm going to have to resort to my Falx, which doesn't have the same range. And here we go. It's medium, so I don't know what to expect, but, well, I do know what to expect. The question is, will this work? The other thing, of course, we won't see the giant monster in the sky, which will be a little bit depressing. because that looked quite cool. Hello? Come on then. What are you? Now the thing is, I don't know whether he can get me from here, and these things, with no armour, these things can pack a wallop. So, wow. Hang on. No, control. Come on. Harvest. This is where it becomes a little bit awkward. Oh, a bit of thread and... No, okay. Oh, he's a two-headed. Oh, that's not good. But at least this seems to be working. Oh man, this is getting unpleasant already. Corrupts, nightmares, two-headeds. Well, I am going to continue through the night. I'll be back when I either die or in the morning. Alright, that was actually not bad. There's probably a few drifters still out there, so we do need to finish off harvesting up the corpses. They are a little bit jiggly. I need to get a better corpse delivery system. But storm is over. We got 2 temporal gears, 5 gears, a whole load of flax. Yeah, I think a success, really. Now the question is, I'm not even gonna hang around. I'm just gonna leg it over here for starters and see what, if anything, is lurking outside. But that was a pretty good test. Now I've decided that I'm actually going to move this, and this is going to come up in the middle of the tower. We'll access it from probably here or something like that, but that's fine. I mean, this realistically right now is a hole in the ground with some bits, so you know, I'm not too worried about this at the moment. It works, and that is all that matters. And more importantly, I've got some more temporal gears, which means that I can get my teleporter sorted. And that could be inside, or it could be down there. That's fine. We'll go for a little stroll, I think, once I've dropped off. Well, do I run the risk that there is a drifter in my bedroom? Yeah, that would have been unfortunate. 3 temporal gears, 41 of those. We're sitting pretty, I think, is the phrase that I would like to use here. The other thing I want to have a look at is I have this scrap metal. Now, have I got any ropes made? Probably not. My inventory really is getting shocking now. So if we have a look at scrap weapon kits, so it's a stick, a rope, and those makes me a weapon kit. Put in active hand, hold right mouse to craft a scrap weapon. Now we've got this. It's pretty good. It's not got a huge amount of durability, but so rope is, that'll do me if I've got them. Let me make a couple of those. Because it just occurs to me that having this kind of stuff about your personage might not be a bad idea. Anyway, I need to put away, oh, that one will do. I'll pop one of the hello, I'll pop one of those away and we'll keep one about our personage. Right, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let us go. Oh, he appears to have gone now. Let us go for a walk. I mean, I do want to continue building that, but I also have plans. And over this way, I believe there may be a trader to find. We'll just forage as we go because we're still in well, we're in very early autumn, so this gives me an opportunity. The weather's not brilliant, but I want to go, and if we just have a look at the map here, we're there, and I want to kind of head this way over the hills and far away. There's some bits, I don't know what that is, whether that's structure. I'm fairly certain that's a caravan, but it could also be just a mountain peak. But we've not been down here, so let's go and have a look what there is. I also want to have a look for some bees. Once I've located some bees, I can start getting that particular bit of work going. And the bee orchard will be outside of the castle walls. But yeah, so going for a little walk, and while I'm at it, I may, because have I got another axe on me? I haven't, but it doesn't matter, I can make them. Simple enough, and we'll see what we can find out in the wilderness a bit. But now we've got those temporal gears, yeah, teleportation stone is definitely in the works, because that will make travelling considerably easier, because if we ever need to get back in a hurry, there's a few things I want to go and attack in the terms of ruins that we found early in the season, but they are, I mean, they're not a million miles away, but they're far enough away that you might not want to necessarily walk there and back on a regular basis, shall we say. And while we've got forage, we might as well take advantage of the opportunities to explore. I would like better visibility, but you know what they say about beggars and choosers. So yeah, be back in. What on earth is that? Oh, it's a goat. Okay. Threw me out, that did. Right, yeah. So I will keep on picking up any crops I come across, just because the seed will come in handy next season. And of course, you know, we'll forage any food we can get while we're going as well. See you in a short while. Or considerably earlier than that. That's tin. Just there waiting to be mined on the surface. I will take it. I mean, I don't know how much there will be, but I didn't bring a spare pick with me, which was stupid, but there you go. Well, normally I would mark this anyway rather than mine it, but while we are desperately seeking a teleportation stone, I'm obviously going to be making a bronze one of those, not a copper one. Now we've reached bronze. So, hello, there's more. Oh, tell me this. Oh, lovely. I am happy with this for a find. But this isn't all, by the way. There is another bit of findage. Oh, there's a bit there, look. Oh man, this is massive. Well, big. Big enough to be exciting for me. So there you go. A little bit of the old tinnage. Oh, there's a little bit there. More there. Oh man. Wish I brought my other pick. I'm probably going to find most of it though, I think, by just working around this area. Glad I did that though, because that's even more. It's rich as well. Oh wow, that is a really good find. So glad I don't have collapsy caves. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything. Yeah, we are. Okay, and I didn't bring a bed with me again. Can't believe I always do this. So, oh well, it's not a problem. I can make a bedroll. That is, I think that is probably it. But look, just a loose gear there. All right. Well, that was a good find, because that is 15 units per. But this is miserable weather. Absolutely miserable. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, well, we're on this seaward side of sea, lake. We're here. We're here on this big old lake, and I haven't really found much in the way of ruins. I've kind of veered away from the trader, so I need to head over that way, which is going to be difficult because these hills are massive. But I do need to sort myself out a hidey hole for the night, and we might as well, if I can, just dig in here. Let's just try, and it doesn't have to be anything significant, it just has to work as a hidey hole with enough space in it for me to sleep and block the entrance, of course, like that. Of course, that always does require you to be inside, but I mean that does us for a little hidey hole for now. We'll see how we go on there. I've got some raw meat. I do need to cook it, but I haven't got anything to cook it with. But I have got a turnip, so we'll munch on that raw meat. So there was a whole bunch of dead rabbits basically, and yeah, they became lunch. That's got 7.2, that's got 1.7, that's got 89. It's a no-brainer. So yeah, I will see you in the morning, and we will try and get to the trader and see what we can do about getting through the night. I'm just going to hover this one out and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, it's the next morning. It's still raining, and it's still very, very mountainous. So I'm not entirely sure on the best course of action. I don't really... Oh, hello. Lead. I don't know whether I can use you for anything. Let me have a look. You process into that. You process into lead. Lead can be used for things. Okay. Don't know how much there is of that. Let's have a look. See whether this is just a little niblet of lead. Well, there's a little bit there, look. Seems to be kind of spread out. Let me just have a peek. Let me just... We'll play it safe. Lead, question mark, mine, white, safe. There we go. Right, let's try and figure out how to get to Spodley over there, because that's my that is my destination. That is where I want to get to. Wow, there's a lot of caves and a lot of rain. I wish this rain would go away. It does not make for good recording weather. Please vanish. Right, you see this? Oh wow, copper. Okay. I really should like map. I'm going to add it as a copper, bang, and save. We'll have to come back. I can't keep mining everything, and I really do need to learn how to make sure I prepare adequately going forwards, because as far as an excursion goes, this was a mess. Cracked granite, nothing. Need to figure out how to get round to that trader, though. If it is a trader, I mean, I may get there, and this is a very real possibility, and it's actually nothing. But that's the joy of exploration, isn't it? Anyway, I will continue hunting, and I'll come back where... Oh, finally the weather changes. I will come back when either something happens or we get to my destination. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we are getting close to the trader, and I just heard the sound, oh hello, don't mind if I do, of a trader. I absolutely hate this lack of visibility on my surroundings. It's I suppose it kind of matches the... Oh, hello. We've got copper here. Yes, okay. Copper, save, and that, well, that one, let's just have a look what you are, shall we? Let me just pop those away. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Popping up wire. Don't know where you've been. Sorry. Got anything to trade? Right, you are a commodities merchant, and you buy nails. You sell nails, parchment, resin, linen, bismuth, potash, and you buy really nothing that I can sell you. I mean, I could sell you an owl treasure chest, which would actually be reasonable, but I presume that's an empty owl treasure chest, of course. But okay, well, we can edit that and do that and put commodities trader. He is not easy to get to, though, and that, I think, is his biggest flaw for me. Let's I mean, we've got stuff. We've got tin, which I think that the next thing we need to do is kind of head home. Try and get home safely. And I think that is going to involve probably getting back down and around the edge of the water there. At least then I've always got the option of legging it into water, haven't I? And this looks like a route, looks like a reasonable route down. Haven't found much in the way of ruins. That's fine. We can't get ruins all the time. But we got some stuff, and we have confirmed that that trader is in fact a trader. So all a bonus, but I think we need to work on the walls and on a teleport mechanism so I can get back home easier. So let me see you back at the oh hello. That I think looks like coal. But that is, yeah, I'm not going to go down there for brown coal. That's a lot of effort for no return, I think. Anyway, yeah, I will see you when I get back home. Alright, we made it back safe. There was a fox in my pit, so I did what any responsible person would, and well, no, I actually wouldn't do that to a fox in real life, but I am a big fan of the floofies, and they deserve every chance. Well, come on then, take that out. Pop those 2 bits of raw bushmeat in, so we've got a little bit of that. You've got 1.7, you've got, I think that's got 6.3 days. I mean, we're pretty good for food at the moment. And probably need a little bit more peat in there, but I am not short of peat, so I'm quite happy to burn that. So, lots of things we need to think about. Teleportation runes, if we have a look at the rune. So we want a tin bronze, which has 1500. I would have preferred bismuth bronze, which is a higher, hoofer. But we do need to make, so we need to make a tin bronze rune base, and then we're going to have a beacon, which requires me to make a chisel and some plates and temporal gears. So none of that's going to be, it's not difficult, it's not easy either, but I do need to really work on my structure in here. I think this I want to decorate, and I want to get my storage up on the walls on this side, similar to, or a lot of it anyway, similar to what I did in the previous playthrough, where we make it organic out of all different kind of storages. You know, I don't know, that only takes paper by the looks of it, so I don't know how much use they're going to be. Those really need to be down in the storeroom, but we'll use as much of that as we can. We can use a little bit of that, but they are really not that good. Mainly chests, few boxes, and we'll just continue working on getting this done. I want a hearth in here. I want to bring and get a hood over this cooking area. That's going to be storage for, yeah, there's lots of storage there, so I don't think we've really got any significant issues. That's got 4.9 days. That's got 3.3 days. Everything is looking good. But on that note, we're going to call this one an episode. We have got a working design for a storm shelter. I do want to move it. It's not quite where I want it, but apart from that, I am more than happy with the progress there. We just need to work on on the rest of the castle and do some more excavating of the stones over out of here, out of that ruin, get some more dirt so we can start backfilling this. I'll be honest, I am tempted just to dirt over the top, but then we're going to have drifters spawning in there and it's going to be noisy, and it kind of goes against my ethos of how I like to build. I don't like leaving empty gaps. So getting there, once we've got the teleporter, then I would like to go and get that road, as well as that road. Anything up there that we can pick up. There's a grave down there we need to check out, but I need to... There's a ruin there, I think. I'm pretty certain that's a ruin, so that might be something to go and check out. But of course the biggie is this old ruin up here. That is massive, and obviously there's meteoric iron there. There's a trader up there, and there's probably even more north. But we do have to be aware that winter's coming as well, so we don't want to end up too isolated. But that is a handy little road section to get more of that path blocks. We just need to get out and explore a little bit, I think, and that will be a lot easier once we can teleport back. So, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.